Okay, so you've decided to bet on the light side, whether you're the shooter or not. Why don't you follow along as I roll out a series of 7 different come-out strategies that you can use from the light side. Hey, my name is Joe and this is my Craps Master Journey. Let's make it yours too. Remember, it might not always be the best choice to make a bet on the come-out. In fact, most casinos don't require anybody other than the shooter to place a come-out bet. Be aware though that some states and some casinos require you to place a bet on the come-out roll. And some states even require you to place a bet on the roll prior to the come-out in order to be eligible to be the shooter. Nevertheless, this video will feature 7 different come-out strategies. So hey, let's take it to the table and we'll meet you there. So the first strategy on the light side that you could do is a pass line bet. And my table is a $10 minimum table, so we'll go $10 on that pass line. And that's going to win on a 7 or 11 during the come out. It's going to lose on a 2, 3, or 12. And that's the simplest form of coming out on the light side that you can actually do. Strategy number 2 is where you actually play the pass line with a $10 pass line bet. Again, that wins on a 7 or 11, loses on a 2, 3, or 12. And we can also do a craps check. So you can go with a $1 bet for every $10 that is bet, or sorry, $1 for every $5 that's bet there. So we're going to go with a $2 craps check. And a craps check will pay out $7 for every $1 that's bet. So let's go with this now. Again, 7 or 11 wins, 2, 3, or 12 loses. But hey, up here we have a 2, 3, 11, or 12 that wins. So basically if the 2, 3, 11, or 12 rolls, we'll get paid out $14, which is more than enough to cover the $10 that we lose there. The third come-out strategy that we're going to talk about is the world bet, or the world bet, depending on where you're at and which casino you're playing at. Whirl would be spelled W-H-I-R-L, or world would be W-O-R-L-D. And basically what this is going to be doing is called the $10 on the pass line. So again, that's going to win on the 7, 11. It's going to lose on the 2, 3, and 12. You can also do $5 on that world bet. Okay, now, my table is slightly different. I have got my horn high numbers here and the hardways above that. A lot of casinos will have the hardways on the bottom and they'll put the bet right here because they have their horn bets and the NE7. So the world bet basically is saying that we're going to put $1 on that NE7 and then we're going to do $1 on the 3, the 11, the 12, and the 2. So basically all 4 of these numbers right here, okay? And so let's run through this. Again, 7 or 11 wins, 2, 3, or 12 loses. On the world bet, if we roll 7, we get paid $4 because one of these $5 is on the 7. So we're gonna get paid $4 there and $10 on that pass line. If the 2 rolls, we're going to get paid out $30 since we have $1 on that 2, 1, 1, 2, and we're going to lose that pass line bet. If the 3 rolls, we'll get paid out $15 since we have $1 on that 15. We lose that pass line bet over there. If the 11 rolls, we get paid out $15 there. We also get paid out $10 on that pass line. And the last option of the world bet is if the 12 rolls, the 6, 6, 12, you get paid out $30 over here, but we lose that pass line bet. So that's called the world bet. And let me do this really quick just to make it look so you guys know what the world bet is. Basically putting $1 on that 7, $1 on the 3, $1 on the 2, $1 on the 12, and $1 on that 11. Okay, we have the 5th bet here. And basically, again, the fifth bet will be a pass line bet, which is $10 on that pass line. And then we're going to do $10 on that field. Okay, so how does this play out? Again, the pass line will lose on the 2, 3, or 12. It wins on the 7 or 11. On the field, it's going to win on 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, and 12. The cool thing is if it lands on a 2 or a 12, which is a loser on the pass line, we get paid out double. So instead of 10, we get paid out $20 on that 2 and that 12. All the rest of the numbers of 3, 4, 9, 10, and 11 will pay out even money. So if it hits one of those numbers, it'll pay out $10 up there. So essentially what we're doing is we're covering every single number all the way from 2 through 12, including the big red on that row. And what we'll do is during our mid-roll phase, I will come up with some different options possibly that we can actually use utilizing that field roll and when that might be advantageous to you to play. Option number 5 is going to be utilizing $10 on the pass line. We're going to be doing, again, $10 on that field bet. And we're going to go $5 on the horn high ace deuce. Okay, so that's the 3, ace deuce. Okay, so let's go through the options on this. Now, for the pass line, again, wins on the 7 or 11. It loses on that 2, 3, or 12. The field bet will win on that 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Again, it pays out double on the 2 and the 12. Some tables might even pay out triple, either on the 12 or the 2, usually not both of them. Again, if you can find a table like that, that's going to be where your best odds are at. The horn high here, we have $5 on the ace deuce horn high. So basically what that means is we have $1 on that 2, 1, 1, 2. We have $1 on the 6, 6, 12. We have $1 on that 6, 5, 11. And we're going to have $2 on that 1, 2, 3. So that would be where your $5 comes in. So 2, 1, 1, and 1. And again, if they have the horn highs listed on a table, they'll just throw $5 on that. If not, another way of showing it at the casino would be that if you say, hey, I want a horn high ace deuce, they have the horn bet right here. They'll put that right in that corner. So that way they know that it's going to be the ace deuce horn high. Okay, so I'm just going to throw it single so you can see a little bit better on where we're at on that. Okay, so that's $5 there. And again, what's going to happen now is if we roll the 1, 2, 3, we're going to lose the pass line bet, but we're going to get paid out on the field. And we're also going to get paid out $30 over here. So that's a $40 profit. I'm sorry, $40 gain while we're only losing $10. So it's actually a $30 overall profit. If that 1, 1, 2 rolls, we get paid out $30 here. Again, we get paid out double over here, so that's another $20, and we lose that pass line bet. So you have 20 plus 30 is $50. Subtract the 10, so we make a profit of $40. If the 6, 6, 12 rolls, again, we get paid out $30 over here. We get paid out $20 here because that's a double profit on the 12, but we lose that pass line bet. So again, 30 plus 20 is 50. Subtract the 10, that's a $40 profit. And the last option for the horn high ace deuce would be that 11, the 6, 5, yo 11. And if that hits, we'll get paid out $15 on the horn bet. We'll get paid out $10 on the field. And we also get paid out $10 on that pass line. So let's add up the profits. We got 10, 20, and 15 would be $35 gained off of that. Obviously, if one of these horn numbers hits, we lose the other horn bets, just so you know. But we still keep the one that's up there. So if the 6, 5, yo 11 hits, we keep the $1. We would lose the other $4 here. But hey, we're still coming out with a major profit if that would hit. Moving on to strategy number 6 is actually not using the pass line bet at all, But what happens is we actually start working right away. And there's a couple of YouTubers out there that are pretty famous for doing working on the come out roll. And Vince Armenti up in Canada is one of those. And if you haven't subscribed to his channel, please go over there. Extremely talented, extremely entertaining. Him and his wife Sue run his channel. Another famous YouTuber that does working on the come out roll a lot of times is Waylon at Waylon's Way Craps. Again, another great brother of mine, great friend of mine that has an awesome channel and has some great strategies. If you have not subscribed to him, go to his channel as well and subscribe. But basically working on the come up means, let's go to the $5 table right now. We're gonna go 22 inside. So that's one bet on each one of the inside numbers. So 5, 6, 8, and 9 each have 1 unit. So we're going to be working on that come out roll. The puck is off right now, coming out, and we have not a 4, 3, 7, which would be a loser up there, but let's go with a 6, 3, 9. So what would happen is the point would become a 9. Since it's working on the come out roll, that 9 right there gets paid out $7. Okay, that's a $5 table. If you went with a $10 table, we would be 44 inside. So that would be basically 2 units on each of the numbers. Now that's if you're playing the inside. Some people choose to play across. And if we go with a $10 table playing across, it'd be $2 on every single number. They're not playing a pass line bet usually, or a don't pass bet usually. So 2 units all the way across would be a 64 across is what that's called. Some people choose to help minimize their outlay, which may or may not be a good decision, to play the outside numbers. And if you're on a 2 unit table playing the outside numbers, you're looking at $40 on the layout. Now keep in mind that the 6, the big red 7, and the 8 are the most commonly rolled numbers. But if you add up all the numbers here, 4, 5, 9, and 10, you basically have a 24 out of 36 chance of winning. So a 67% chance of winning one of these numbers during that rollout. So let's just give it a shot once and see what happens. So we have the outside numbers covered. Again, we have a 24 out of 36 chance of winning, and hey, we hit that 24 cents chance again. We have a 639, that's 2 units, that would pay out $14 on that bet. And again, in the future videos, we're going to cover what we're going to do after, if we would happen to go with this strategy, after that come out roll, during the mid roll, during the early roll, and during the monster roll phases. So our options there would be inside bets. Another option would be all the way across on that one. And then the last option would be working just the outside numbers. And then you can do any variation thereof. And again, this is working on the come out roll. So that means basically that these bets can lose on that 7 if that rolls right away. But they're going to win if the roll 4, 5, 9, and 10 will roll, or if you have a 6 and 8 covered, all that type of stuff. Okay, option number 7, and I'm going to put out my, since I don't have an ATS on here, a lot of times in this section of the table here, or up in here actually, they'll have an ATS, which is the all tall small bet on a lot of the tables. So our option number 7 is basically going to be $10 on the pass line. We're going to go with a bet all the way across that's working. So let's go 2 units. We'll go 64 across. So it's going to be 2 units on each to 4, 5, 9, 10. $12 on the 6 and $12 on the 8. And then we're also going to go with a $3 craps check. And we're going to go with a $5 or a 2-1-2 on that ATS. 2, 1, 2. And I'll explain what each one of these are as we go through. So starting with that pass line, again, that's going to win on that 7 or 11. It's going to lose on the 2, 3, or 12 during the come out roll. Let's see, the puck is off yet, okay. The craps check is a 1-roll bet again, and that's going to win $7 for every $1 that we have bet up here. So it's going to win $21 if that rolls that craps number. Obviously, we would lose that pass line if any of the craps numbers roll. If we don't roll a craps number on the come out, we would lose that bet. Not a big deal. It's there to help protect our investment. If the 7 rolls, we obviously lose all these numbers here. If the craps numbers roll, we don't lose any of our numbers or any of our bets up here. But if each individual number rolls up here, we would win whatever the payout is. So on the 4 and 10, we would win $18. On all the on the 5, 6, 8, and 9, we would win $14 for our bet. Again, if we win on these numbers, these bets stay up, but we would have profit as a result. Now the ATS is something different that some people play, actually a lot of people play. And basically what that's doing is they split the small numbers and the tall numbers up. So the small numbers, all small, would be the 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. The tall would be the 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now, if you make the all tall, or if you make the all small, a lot of the casinos will pay out $35 for every $1 that's bet. So we have a 2-1-2 bet. So this means $2 on the all small, $1 on make them all, and $2 on the all tall. So if we roll out and say we roll a 2, we would roll a 3, we would roll the 6, and then the 5, then the 4. That's all the small numbers. So if we hit that small number, we're going to get paid out $35 for every $1 bet on there. So that would win you $70. Okay, same would go for the all tall. Let's say all the tall numbers get hit. We get paid out the same $70. If you would be able to roll out the all tall and the all small, you would get paid out for the make them all bet. So we have $1 on that make them all. The make them all on my table pays out $176 for $1 bet. So what we would do is we would win $176 if we made them all. So that means making the small and making the tall. And that would be for that $1. So they would take our $1. So essentially it's a $175 profit. So that is option number 7. And there's a lot of other options, guys, that can be rolled out, that can be played on the light side come out. But these are some of the most common strategies that are out there. So hey, if you have any other strategies that you would play on a light side come out, make sure that you put them in the comment section below this video. Hey, my name is Joe, and this is my Craps Master journey. Let's make it yours too.